Let's start off by talking about your job. Do you work or do you study?
I work as a cabin crew. It's been 2 years that I've been working as a flight attendant. It's good.
What do you enjoy about your job?
So I feel like there's a lot of perks, but then there are a lot of negatives to it as well. Like it's a very physical job. It requires you to be a very healthy person. You need to exercise a lot. You need to work out. You need to look like you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your diet. But what I enjoy the most is that, you get to go to all these places that you maybe would have only dreamt about. So for me, I think that's the biggest perk that I can go to all these places, see all those landmarks that I've been seeing when I was a kid, or meet all those people.
Why does someone need to be fit and healthy to do your job?
Because it's a very physical job. You need to always be on your toes. There's a lot of walking. I mean, for me, on an average day, I walk about like 10,000 steps easy, like 6,000 maybe on a flight. But then when you land, you go to the airport, you go to the hotel, and you obviously want to go out, have like, some food or drinks. So I prefer walking. So usually on an average, I do like 10 to 15,000 steps, which I like as well. But then it also, it's a lot of exhaustion because you're already tired. So I feel like it's a very physical job. It keeps you on the move. It keeps you running, I think.
Do you think you will do that job for your whole career or would you like to do something different in the future?
I don't think I can do it like for too long because it is, again, a very tiring job. It has its perks, but then I feel like I don't think I can do it for so long because sometimes it just gets to you. Every layover, every city just becomes the same. Every hotel becomes the same. Some days I really crave just sleeping in my own bed, being with my family. That's it.
Now let's talk about travel. What's your favorite travel destination?
For me, I think it's Stockholm, Sweden. I never knew that place existed because my geography is super bad. But when I went there for the first time, I loved that place. I loved that place. It was the vibe of that place is it's a very slow city, I think, as compared to Dubai. So I feel like people over there, they live a very slow life. You can just see people walking, with their dogs and pets and children. And it's just so nice to look at them living a very slow life. And I feel like the weather over there is very nice as well. The sunset is like at 10 p.m., 11. So I feel like they have a longer day in the summers. So yeah, I really like that place.
When you go on holiday, do you prefer to be active or just sit by the pool?
I want it to be a relaxing time because my job requires me to be on the toes every day. So for me, vacations are more like I want to just sit back, I just want to relax, and I'm more of a mountain person. So I just go anywhere for the views. So I just want to go sit and have a really nice view from a balcony. Probably if it's mountains, I would love it.
Is food and drink important when you're deciding where to travel to?
I'm not a foodie. I'm not a huge fan of food. So I'm somebody who just eats to live. Like yeah, just give me anything. I'm somebody who goes for McDonald's in New York. So yeah.
Are there any types of holidays that you really dislike?
Dislike? Not really. No. I feel like holidays or any sort of day that just gives you a little bit of free time from your daily routine, I think it's just you should just celebrate it. Just just be happy about it.
Now let's talk about birthdays. Can you tell me about your last birthday?
Oh, yeah. Um, I never had a birthday party in my whole life. But last year, I was like, why not? If nobody is throwing me one, I will throw myself one. So that is what I did. I came up with the whole theme and, bought all the banners, birthday girl, and, the things that you wear on your head. Although I felt for a minute that I was way too older for them. And I was like, never mind, I should just do it. So, and mark it off. So I went back home to Pakistan and I gathered a few friends. I asked them if they could come and join me to celebrate my birthday. And I loved it.
Can you remember a birthday party or a birthday gift from when you were a child?
Not really, no. My memory is a little bit hazed when it comes to my childhood, so I don't think I remember any. We used to celebrate, I know, I remember that, but any gift particularly, I don't think so. I don't remember.
Can you remember any gifts that you've given other people on their birthday?
For me, always the handwritten letters was a very huge thing. Like this was the first thing I would do. If anybody's birthday was coming, I would just go and write a handwritten letter. That was the first thing I would do. A gift, yeah, maybe I would buy something, but that was like a mandatory thing that I would do.
If you could have a dream birthday in the future, what would it look like?
I always wanted to do a dream destination birthday. Like I want to go someplace and I want to be able to invite all my friends and sort of take on all the expenses as well. I don't want them to pay for anything. So I want to invite them and they're just there to enjoy. So that's like my dream birthday celebration. I want to go to some place, ask them to come over so we can just have fun. Recently, a lot of my colleagues, they were talking about this app called ClassPass. And every time I would ask them, where are you guys going for yoga or this and that? They were like, ClassPass, I'm using ClassPass. And I'm like, okay, and what's the hype about this one? And then again, suddenly this whole thing started coming up on my For You page on TikTok and Instagram. And I was like, is it just my, I don't know, AI or algorithm messing with me, or should I just actually look into it? So I went on Google and, Instagram, and I was just looking on people who had reposted about this one. So, and they were some super nice, positive reviews. And I was shocked. I was like, or maybe it's just a marketing thing, where they pay you basically to put on all these nice reviews. But then I was also looking for something where I can just, I wouldn't have to look for different studios every time, different places to go for yoga, because I was actually thinking about going for a yoga certification. So I want to get into that routine of doing yoga. So that's when I decided to join ClassPass. And I kid you not, it was, I think, the best decision I've ever taken. I just came back from Singapore 2 a.m. this morning, and I did take a class for yoga in Singapore. And that was amazing. It was one of the best classes I've ever had. And also, I mean, yoga makes me feel good anyway. But that class was so full of energy and all those different people that I was meeting for the first time in that class. And the convenience I think that app gave me, to book a class anywhere in the world. I think that's amazing if you're working as a cabin crew. So I think, would do that again if I am on a layover. Because usually sometimes you get so lazy that you don't want to do anything.
So we've been talking about a product or service that you reviewed or looked at the reviews, and we're going to continue to talk about online reviews and customer service and things like that in part 3. What kind of person do you think writes a lot of online reviews?
Personally, I think somebody who is very particular or a pessimist, I think. They want to either let the world know what happened to them or just, make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to someone else. I mean, it's kind, but I don't think you should be doing that a lot, because I see some people, they want to review everything, everything. You will see that one person talking about everything, and mostly it is negative. So, yeah, those people, I think they're not very happy with their lives. I'm sorry if I'm being so candid.
Now let's talk about customer service. Do you agree that customers are more likely to complain these days compared to the past?
I believe yes, because of the platforms that are being provided and how convenient it has become to write a review or just let them know about your opinions or feelings. I feel like it's yes, 100% very, very easy for people to complain and less likely for them to say nice things about a product or a service.
How important is it for companies to take these negative reviews seriously?
It is very important, yes, because if you're a developing company, if you're a young company, and if you really want to grow, it is definitely very important to take in all this negative complaints and see how you can improve. But I also believe in a way you shouldn't give all the authority to the customers to dictate how you want to run your company, because you are the CEO here, so you should know how to do it.
Do you think some companies that provide reviews such as Google have too much power over companies?
Maybe yes. Like I would say it's a 50-50 because at the end of the day, a consumer is the one who decides if he wants to use a product or a service. But mainly, if you are giving somebody the first impression that it's not a very good product or a service, so people are less likely to go for it. If Google or all these places are the first places that they're going to go and read maybe 3 or 4 negative reviews, that's when they decide they're not going to go for this one. So I feel like it's a 50-50.
So I'm going to give you some feedback on part 1, part 2, and part 3, and then we're going to talk about your scores and give you feedback and how you could improve. So I really like the way that you addressed part 1 in a very informal way. You're using lots of idiomatic language and lots of informal language and things like saying, I'm always on my toes and I'm not a foodie, and it was like talking to a native English speaker. A lot of people think that you get a higher score for using really academic formal language. And that's actually not the case. You would get higher marks for using more informal language like you did because it's actually more difficult. Anyone can learn a list of academic phrases.
Mm-hmm.